welcome to Activity Quest, the podcast that's packed with stuff to do. In this week's episode, Adam's off to Puzzlewood near the Forest of Dean, and we're gazing up at the night sky. My name's Bex, and every week we go up and down the country on the quest for something epic. This week, Adam's off to Puzzlewood. It's a famous forest on the outskirts of the Forest of Dean, known for its role in some really big television shows and movies, so let's find out more.
Thanks, Bex. Yeah, this time I'm going somewhere very mysterious indeed. It's called Puzzlewood, and it's not too far from the Bristol or the England-Wales border, and it's been the home to many, many, many movies and TV shows. This is Helen, and she owns Puzzlewood.
So here we are. Welcome to Puzzlewood. All the birds are out. We've got a carpet of bluebells here, just about to explode. Ferns are coming to life, which all adds into the magical experience. At the moment, we're about 50% of the canopy is through. All the yew trees, obviously evergreen. Everything else is bursting into life.
There's loads to do at Puzzlewood, from playgrounds to seeing farm animals, but its main attraction is its woodland. You're given a leaflet at the gate, and your job is to go round and round and round this ancient woodland, checking things off your list. We're going to hear more from Helen, and then from me, right in the middle of Puzzlewood. It does feel sort of magical, doesn't it?
It is. It's a very special environment. Yes, some of the bluebells are already out by the looks of things, just in the last couple of days. This side's more bluebells because it's a little bit more open, but as you go round deeper into the scales, we have the carpets of wild garlic, which is just coming out at the moment and smells divine.
Gosh.
So challenge number one, something coming up for you to spot, so get your beady eyes ready. This particular feature was pointed out by children during a school trip, so we've added it to our things to find. And we do encourage anybody that finds new things, if they post them on our social, we'll look to be including those into next year, because we like to refresh it every year, and children are the best spotters when it comes to what we have to see.
And just over there, I think we see an amazing view. I suppose that is the other way you could play this. You could take a picture of the leaflet before you come in, and then take photos in front of everything as you go around. Maybe put it in a scrapbook, and there may be terrain, that you're supposed to walk on, but you can go off course and go up some places and down others. So far we have found the crocodile, the alligator, the hybrid, the little seat, the log walk, lookout one, and the stepping stones. I've got a lot left to find. I've got to find an elephant, a rhino, a dead end. I think we found the dead end. An exit, a chicken bone, a gully, and more. Face in the rock. Now, little birdie told me that Puzzlewood has been used in the past for Star Wars. Tell me some of the people that have been here.
Well, we've been really lucky. Lots of very exciting programmes and lots of children's programmes, which are fantastic. We've had the first thing that was really filmed here was Merlin. I don't know if many of your visitors have watched Merlin. Fantastic programme. So they were with us here for 5 years. Really brilliant script, funny, family orientated. Then we moved on to things like Doctor Who has been here, Wizards and Aliens, Little Tree Foo Tom does his dance in Puzzlewood before he goes into his magical world. So lots of children's TVs, and then quite a number of movies now. We had Jack the Giant Slayer, which was our first big movie. Then, of course, Star Wars is massive. Visitors from all around the world for that, and multi-generational, which is nice.
So we've just come out of the Puzzlewood itself. Helen, talk to us about some of the terrain that's in there, and why is it called Puzzlewood?
Well, we don't actually know who originally called it Puzzlewood, but the name suits it, doesn't it? It is a puzzle when you go around. There's over 200 steps there. The steps are steep, they're narrow, they're uneven, as you've just experienced, and that's why we don't allow pushchairs. It's just too difficult. So it's all about discovering and walking through what were ancient iron ore mines. So originally the landscape was mined, we know that from the Roman coins, and then it's just been left to nature to recapture it. and you'll notice that the tree roots split through the rocks, so eventually we lose the trees, the rocks split, so it's a changing landscape as well. Over the last 13 years that I've been here, there have been gaps that have been a centimetre and now 20 centimetres, so it does change, and it's very different in all the different seasons as well. You've come in spring, but it's different again in the winter. In the summertime it's very dark and very green as all the tree canopy is overgrown. So yeah, lots on offer, lots of lovely things to look at.
And I think one of the great things about it as we were wandering around is that some of the bridges, some of the rails, they're all made. Are they made from timber from that wood or reclaimed materials?
They are. As much as possible, we use everything from here. We don't like bringing in from outside. So all the bridges are original bridges. They've been there for many, many years, built by the locals who used to play in here years and years ago. So we maintain those. We've put in some new features as well, the handrails being one of them, to keep everybody safe and also to protect the landscape, to guide you through a little bit. So we need to make sure the landscape is protected. It is an ancient woodland, and there's very few ancient woodlands left in the UK, so it's really important that we look after it.
And boring adult bits then, so where can people get their tickets, how can they book, and how much will it cost them? Yeah,
the boring adult bits are very important. Booking online is really essential, please. During weekends and school holidays we do run out of tickets, so the earlier you do that the better.
Thanks, Adam. Now it's the time of the show where we head into the great outdoors to find something you can only spot at this time of year. And this week we're looking up.
The night sky has fascinated people for millions of years, and today we're exploring a rare planetary alignment and what it means to observe the universe with Sam, an astronomer at the Royal Observatory Greenwich.
Being an astronomer means that I look up at the sky at night, so I look at things like stars and planets. But at the observatory in particular, I work a lot with our planetarium, which is like a big indoor sky where we can look at everything away from all the clouds and all the elements.
Now, you may have heard of a planetary alignment. It's sometimes called a parade of planets. But what does it actually mean?
It's really saying that we have a bunch of planets in our solar system that are all visible in the night sky to our eyes all at the same time. It's pretty rare to see all of the planets in the night sky at the same time. So in our solar system, we have our huge sun in the center, which gives us all of our light. And then we have the 8 planets that orbit around the sun. Our Earth is one of those planets, and there's 7 others. And usually they're all kind of around the sun in a pretty random assortment, all in different spots. But right now, all the planets are on the same side of the sun, which is why we can see them all at the same time from our point of view here on Earth. And this is pretty rare. The next time we'll be able to see all 7 planets in the night sky is probably not going to be for about 15 years.
Do you have any tips then, if I'm going to wander outside tonight to try and spy these planets in space, in the sky, what am I looking for?
Yeah, so every planet looks different in the sky. It can be a bit tricky to find some of them. The first thing you need to do is make sure you're looking in the right direction. So you want to be facing south to look for all of our planets. So if you don't have a compass or a map, an easy way to figure out which direction you're facing is to watch what direction the sun is setting in. The sun will set in the west, so make sure the west, or where the sun sets, is to your right, and then face forward, and that will be south. And that's where we'll be able to see all the planets. The easiest planet to see is Venus. It is the brightest object in the night sky, second only to the moon. So it looks much brighter than anything else you'll see. You might think that it's actually a plane or something at first, but it's actually a planet in our solar system. And this will be in the western sky, pretty near to where the sun will be setting. And you'll be able to see that around sunset. So if you do try to look at the stars around 2 a.m. or something like that, you won't be able to see Venus. So this is for how the sky will be just after sunset, around 6 p.m. So Venus is the brightest one, very easy to spot. It's actually pretty hard to miss. And then next easiest one, in my opinion, is Jupiter, which is pretty exactly south. And Jupiter is also quite bright. It's also going to be brighter than all the stars in the night sky. So it's pretty easy to spot what it is. Just look for something that isn't moving and its brightness is staying exactly the same and higher up in the sky than Venus was and pretty much exactly south. And then the other one that is easy to spot with our own eyes is Mars. And Mars is, I think, pretty easy to spot because it's orange. So it looks very different compared to Venus and Jupiter. And Mars will be in the eastern sky around sunset as well. You will also be able to technically see Saturn and Mercury with just your eyes, but they're a lot fainter and they'll be much closer to the horizon. So you have to have a clear view with no trees or houses around you to actually be able to spot those planets. And then the other two, Neptune and Uranus, you need very dark skies and a telescope to actually
Somebody
see.
once told me that when we look out into space, we're actually looking into the past slightly. Is that true?
We are technically looking into the past when we look out into space. This is a much more pronounced effect if we're looking at things that are really far away. So, for example, our sun is about 8 light minutes away, which means that it takes the light that comes from the sun 8 minutes to travel all the way to our Earth. So we technically are looking 8 minutes into the past if we were to look at our sun. So everything in our solar system is only a few minutes into the past, but if we look further away towards the other stars and even things further away than other stars, that's when we start to look years or even thousands, millions of years into the past.
So whether it's a planetary alignment, a distant galaxy, or the simple wonder of a starry night sky, astronomy offers a connection to the universe like no other. So next time you look up, remember, you're not just seeing stars, you're seeing history written in light.
Lovely stuff. Well, that's all I've got time for you today. Big thank you to Adam. And this has been a podcast from the UK's children's radio station, Fun Kids. Listen to me on your DAB digital radio, online, on the free Fun Kids mobile app, and on your smart speaker. Just say, play Fun Kids every weekday from 4 p.m. See you soon.